Okay, we're back with Dean's truck now. Um, you remember the story I told you about the leaking seal? It looks like a leaking seal and it smells like a leaking seal, but it ain't. Well, that's what we got here. So, and you know, my problem is I just won't throw money at it. I just refuse. I got to know exactly what's the matter with it. So when we picked it up in Lethbridge, I told Dean when we loaded it, I says the cats are plugged, but that's a $1,500 fix. So we just did everything else. So we come back, and the first codes we found was cam positioning sensors, and I'll put a video up for them. Like, you know, it's like everything else. You get these people and they tell you all this crap. You go on the internet, you go on YouTube, and they tell you a bunch of garbage. When you go on the internet or the Facebook or wherever you go, you gotta have specific things. Now, I know it's the cats now, but before I didn't. So you scan the engine, it was actuators. Now we took the actuators out; they were dirty, and it does work a lot better with the actuators. But we still have this problem when it warms up because there was two problems, right? It's just remember the BLB's van. We had more problems in that than just the ECM. So when you look at it, that's when you got to be like myself or Z-Man, and you can look at the thing and say, we have more issues. You know, like you take your car in and you get the brakes fixed and the light doesn't work. They have nothing in common. So that's why you have to decipher the stuff and figure out what problems you got. One we got it said it won't run when it's hot, and the second problem, it runs like a bag. So that's two different problems. It's not the same problem. So that's what you have to do. You have to figure it out. So um, just remember when you go on the internet and these people say, well, it takes this long and this, they said it was a 9-hour job to change the actuators, and I wasn't even in there 30 minutes. Mind you, I didn't film it either, but it's very easy to do. But that was the cam actuators. It's just a little solenoid. You go through the hole, 27 torics, out they come. And it was about that easy. It's easier to tell you than it really did. It was shorter to do the job than it was to tell you about it. So the thing I want you to know is that when you go on the internet and you have a problem, you have to make sure that you got the problem you're looking for. So, because it can send you off on a tangent. Like we knew it was the cats from day one, but we still have to go through the baby steps, right? And we were getting codes of cam actuators. So how the and what I know and what people tell me, Z-Man and that, is that you can't get a cam actuator code from a cat. That's the key. So anyway, the actuators had to be done. So here we are today. What is this? Middle of June or something, and all we're going to do is we're going to test the cats and make sure they are totally gone before we cut them off. Of course, you know that. So that's where we are today. So I'm just saying, when you get on the internet and you get on these groups and all that, like, don't get me wrong, I don't know how to put this so I don't offend the groups, but I've never fixed a truck from what the groups told me. So I don't know. It's just, you know, they give you the ideas, but it doesn't really help you. It helps you a little bit, but not really helps you. I don't know how to explain it because I never really fixed a truck from the groups. Like Bob's truck, nobody ever come out and said Bob's truck was ECM. Just like this one here, nobody's come up and told us it's the cats. I know it's the cats, but nobody's told us it's the cats. So on all them forums. So anyway, that's all I got for you now. We'll let you know how we make out with the cats.